Welcome to Introduction to Business 121 800 series offered by the College of Lake County. My name is Dr. George Mochocki. This is going to be our last week, probably my last YouTube to you for this week. You're going to have one forum. You're going to have, let me see what we have for this week. We're going to go into week 6, okay? So now if I look at week 6, we're going to be covering, oops, sorry, wrong week. Let's go back here. Made a little mistake here. We go back, and we're in week 7. I just had that off. You're going to go in week 7. And what you're going to find on week 7, we're going to be covering chapters 19 and 20. Now, I'm not going to go into detail with chapter 19 and 20. I've done two short 18 to 20-minute separate clip per chapter utilizing the concept maps. So you should be okay with that. So I'm going to try to do a little different because I'm going to try to utilize a different link and just a YouTube just to convey what's needed for this week going forward. So remember, you're going to go under to this week 7. Your papers are going to be due this week. Remember, your final paper, make sure you go into your feasibility research paper. They're due Saturday. They're due Friday, really, supposed to be this Friday, but I extended to Saturday midnight so to give you a little more time. So when you're going to go into the button for the feasibility research, you're going to go in there, look at the short clip, how to submit the paper so you get all the points. Because remember, after this week, the following week, the next Monday, I think Tuesday or Wednesday is going to be your final exam, and then that's it. So you got to make sure that you submit this to me properly over this weekend by Saturday, and then you're going to have a quickie YouTube that talks about the research product. We talked a little bit about it in the forums. I understand. Remember, this is an 8-week class condensed into 16 weeks, so we're moving very quickly. It's not for the faint-hearted. So if you're just barely making it now and you're getting your C's and getting your B's, or you're getting your A and say, there's a lot of work, consider this. This is what happens in the summer class. Consider this is what happens when you have a 16-week course and you have to have the same amount of work. Forums are basically replace the lecture. You have to connect the interactive software. You have the paper. The only thing that you don't have to do in this class that I make my face-to-face class do, they have to do a 15, 20-minute presentation, and you also have a full PowerPoint presentation they have to do in a class. I may do that next time. I sometimes do it in my 16-week course through Skype, but I'm not doing it on this one. So you're lucky is you got the rubrics. Look at the rubrics. Make sure that you have the 2,400 words. You have all the headers that I look at it. Look at the concept maps. Make sure you submit everything else. You want to pull up the whole 150 points. So all this can be due by Saturday. The 150 points. You have one forum, and in the forum we're just going to be talking about your feasibility, ask any question. I may not have all the answers. Other students help other students out. You should be pretty good on that. Now, the other thing you have to look at is, okay, so you can do that. You have 2 connects. I'm not making you do a quiz this week. No quizzes on chapters 19 and 20. You're going to have to connect in the presentation mode. So you can go to connect. The connect instead of the quizzes to make up the 10 points for the quizzes. Each connect, you're going to have 2 connects. One's going to be in chapter 19 on securities, and the next one's going to be worth 20 points, and the next one's going to be in chapter 20 worth 20 points on Federal Reserve and banking. So those are your 2 connects. You can do them as many times as you want until Saturday when the connect ends, and then you should be finished. So those are going to be very easy points. Get that done right away. Learn the material. Start working on your papers, and so you can present them and submit them to me. I'm not taking any papers, as I mentioned in the other YouTubes and everything else, all submitted to me within Blackboard. And if you go into this into that week, when you go into the folder, I'll have it how to submit into Blackboard and everything else you need in there. Okay, so that takes care of that, and then you'll have the other 2 links if you want to utilize the concept maps and me explaining what's important as a study guide for you when you're going to be doing the final exam. So now we're finished with all that. So what else do we have here in the weekly module? Okay, so then you submit everything else. The next thing you're going to have, okay, so the form's worth 20 points. The paper is due this Saturday. It's worth 150. That's 170 points right there for this week. Right, 140. You have the 2 connects, so you have 210 points work today. Hey, it's a lot of work. Get a lot of points. This will pull up a lot of your grades up. Next, the following Wednesday or Tuesday, I forgot what day. I'm just thinking right now off. You're gonna is in Blackboard. You're gonna be doing your final exam. The final exam is a comprehensive exam. It's in order, has all 20 chapters. It's by the department. You'll be open. I'll have the final exam ready for you. You're going to finish submitting your papers by Saturday. The final exam ready for you by Saturday, or for some of you that have submitted earlier, by Friday. So you can do the final exam over the weekend if you want, so you know you're going to be all finished. In the final exam, 100 questions, more than enough time. If you have, you could go back and forth, one-time deal. You're not going to have the correct, all you're going to do is, here's the correct answers. I mean, you're going to, it's all multiple choice. You're going to take the exam, and you're just going to get the score. No different than if you've been taking the final exam at in a face-to-face class. You don't see which ones you got right or which ones you got wrong. Like I said, this is a comprehensive exam offered by the department, and those are the requirements. Okay, so I think that's it for this thing. We should do pretty well on this. So remember, what do we have this week? This week you're going to be doing right. This week, if I look on this, make sure you print out the one sheet. So what do I have this week? You have your overview. Make sure you look at the quick. You're looking at this now. You're going to submit your feasibility by Saturday, worth 150 points within Blackboard. I got all the instructions. Make sure you look at the rubrics, everything else to get ready to get a good paper. You have one last form. And this form doesn't have to be as intense as the other forms. You just have to say, yes, I got a question. No, I don't have a question. But don't ask any questions. Remember, you're still required to read and help other students within the form. Easy 20 points to get you back up. And then you had to connect chapter 19 worth 20 points and chapter 20 worth 20 points, 40 points. So this whole, within the next week and a half, you have 310 points here. Really work hard, start focusing in, and you'll do very well. And I just want to say I enjoyed all of you here uh, uh, in this class. It was very interesting. It was fast paced. Some of you aren't used to graded forums, as intensive a forum as I've been presenting to you. I am preparing you for what's required in business so you learn how to communicate. I try to offset the lecture time by doing to the forums. You do the networking, you improved on your writing skills, you improved on your time management skills. You learn so much. You don't realize this yet. When you're going to go for a four-year university or another college, and you have to take the forums, and you're going to be taking an online classes because those are the only ones that are going to be available, you're going to be surprised how much more they're going to make you do, but you're going to be above the cutting edge. Remember, most of the students a majority of students that finish at the College of Lake County, when they go on to the four-year university, they have no issue. They have time management skills. They know how to do, you know how to write, you know how to do the forms, you know how to be creative. They know how to manage their times. They know how to do multiple tasks. They know how to do online, offline. They know how to, everything. All right. So I just wanted to, if I run into you on the campus, if I see you in another class, I sometimes teach the management or some other courses online. So if I have you for the face-to-face class, I really enjoyed meeting all of you. And just like anything else, remember, some people, you have to understand, look at every class, every instructor as a new contact, as a new learning. Just like I have to look at every business, every student, they have different ideas, different things about the things. When I'm in a business, I have to adjust my thinking towards my client. And my client, if I'm working, like most of you will look at you, you're working a business, you can't tell you because I don't want to do that. You could suggest, hey, this may be a better idea, but if he or she says this is the way it's going to be doing, this is the way you have to do it. And once I understand them, boom, boom, you should do pretty good. I think overall this class is doing very well. I have a lot of A's, I have a lot of B's, I do have my C's, I do have my D's. Some people opted not to do all the work or do it in a timely fashion that was required for this course. Remember, this course also improves on your emotional skills, your EI, emotional skills, and your business professionalism. In most businesses, it's ended up more like 60% is more of a virtual communication with the customers, and then 40% is more face-to-face. I don't think that's the best way to go, but this is just the way the economy, technology, and the clientele and everything going. So again, I enjoyed meeting all of you, and have a nice break, and I'll see you again in some of my other classes. My name is Dr. George Mochocki. This is Introduction to Business. This is the last week covering chapters 19 and 20, and I have two separate clips within this forum, within Blackboard for you that goes into a little more detail about the subject matter. So this is just all general, just to wrap it up. So we end as a good team. And like I said, if I see you in the hallway, say, hey, Dr. George, remember me? I was in your class. And I'm like, oh, geez, now I know who you are. Give me your name and then the face, and I meet a lot of students. You already know what I look like. I have no clue what you look like. So bye. And I enjoy, and again, take some other classes at the College of Lake County. You learn a lot. You get your money's worth. And remember, you've learned a lot more than you think. This is a foundational class for everything else. My name is Dr. George Mochocki. This is Introduction to Business 121, offered online by the College of Lake County, covering chapters 19 and 20.